Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I am Tanker Bricks, and in today's video we're taking a look at my bolt action French armour. So we have heavy tanks, medium tanks. What? We're forgetting one. Knew there was one missing. So we'll start again. We have heavy, medium and light tanks. So no particular order. Starting with the armoured car. This is a AMD tank hunter. So basically it is equipped with just a 47mm anti-tank gun. Very fast armoured car. I have it in War Thunder. I'm quite fun with that. The only disadvantage is it only has a tank gun. That's it. Nothing else. No machine gun. So it is a bit frustrating, but well, I guess good job done. Next up we have a AMR-35. So for those of you who don't know, bolt action French tanks, most of them have a one-man turret. So that means when you move them, you have to roll a dice. If you fail the order, the tank goes down. You pass, you can do what you want with the tank. But it's only when you advance, in terms of when you roll the dice to declare in advance, you have to roll if you've got one-man turret. This actually applies to not just the French, but there's some Italian, there's some German, there's some Soviet. You've got one-man turret, you've got to roll. It's a frustrating role, but it reflects that because France suffered so greatly during the First World War, there was a population shortage, so that's why they went to one-man turret. In terms of, yes, there was a full crew in a B1 bis, but I mean one of them was a good turret, 3 were in the hull, so it's like, But this has a 2-man turret, I believe. So it's a little reconnaissance car, armoured tank, machine gun, nothing useful. Good for dishing out pins. We have a Renault 35 tank that I painted up for tournament before deciding, okay, I will go with the B1 with one of our other tanks, not the B1 bis. H35, R39. We gave this one a repaint. Quite pleased with it, I think. Yeah, so it's been repainted quite a while, quite a few times now. We then have a R40, which is basically an improvement of the R39. When I went to my first ever tournament for bolt action, I took this with me, and it killed a T-34-85 that could drive as a vision port, which was quite impressive to say the least. It has some luck, but I mean, small tank, it's armoured all round, it's slow, but it's quite good in terms of bolt action. It's 8+. So yes, some tanks will just blow it up, but there's bits where infantry will just either it will ping off the armour and just stun the cruisers, 2-man cruisers. You have to use an advanced order, which is very frustrating. Next up, I have my 2 SEM 36s, cone tanks because of the shape of the turret. But funnily enough, I think they're only about 50, 60, 70 points. Actually 100 plus certain points, so actually not very expensive. I like them. Again, just like the one-man turret and my low velocity light anti-tank gun, but that's actually quite good. For just distracting stuff. I then have a medium tank, which is my S35 35, some were 35. So you may be wondering why some of the tanks have got names on them. So we've got Arcole, which is in 1796, which is when Napoleon tried to outflank the Austrians on the bridge. Arcole, we've got Jena on the F-786, that is named after the Battle of Jena. There's also Auerstadt, but that was one French corps against the entire Prussian army, whereas Jena was the entire French army against a small portion of the Prussian army. You've got the Pyramids, which was when Napoleon's Egyptian expedition. He defeated the Mamluks in 98. Unfortunately, his fleet was destroyed by Nelson at the Battle of the Nile, and it didn't quite go well for him, his Egyptian expedition. S-35 has the name of Valmy, which was arguably a turning point of history, when the French Republic was saved by Generals Kellerman and Dumouriez back in 1792. As one of my friends likes to joke, I am taking French to another tournament I am attending. Unfortunately, it's not a doubles event, so if we were to take two French forces, let's just say there would be an element of falling out between us, just to try and bait the opponents into thinking they're not working together, we can win. Well, actually, we can. But yes, so that's S-35. It's had quite a few repaints. I think this is the most recent one in terms of repainting it. I'm quite pleased with the paint job I gave it. It's a good job. And then I have my 3 B1 Bisses. We have Austerlitz, which is one of Napoleon's greatest victories in 1805 against the French and Austrians. And that was the first B1 Biss I got. And then I've got Ulm, which is where Napoleon forced to surrender General Mack's Austrian army in 1805 as a prelude to Austerlitz. I have written the day in terms of what happened in 1805, hand painted as well, which is something. And then I have Hanau, which was a battle against the Bavarians in 1813 after the Battle of Leipzig, when Napoleon was trying to get back to the French frontier. The Bavarians switched sides, and well, I'll put it this way, Napoleon basically roasted the enemy command with words. And that's the best I can describe it as. My B1 Biss is all Warlord games. Well, Warlord games plastic. The guns do rotate for 2 of the B1 Bisses. They can rotate up and down. Yeah, so I like them. Point-wise, they chew up points in your list, but it's a heavy tank. It's designed to just shrug up enemy armour. When I went down to one of the tournaments down south, on the last game, my opponent was playing Americans. He just refused to engage with my B1 Biss because it was just so terrifying. Because he could try and damage it, but there was nothing he could do it to. It just kept trundling forward. And it just pinned down a chunk of his force because there wasn't anything he could do. So yeah, that was quite fun. Yes, that's my my French armour. I've got quite a lot of French armour, as one can see. My favourite one, I would say, is probably the R40, which is named after Napoleon's victory at Marengo in 1800, where he was on the verge of being defeated, but he somehow pulled it back from the abyss somehow. Yes, this is my favourite tank. I've had it for 25, 22, 3 years. Yes, it's been blown up a couple of times, but it's never really let me down. It's a good little tank. Yes, that's the entirety of my French armour. Please don't forget to like the video, comment down below, and subscribe for more content. I am Tanker Bricks, and I'll see you in the next one.